Hey guys, it's Carly here, and today I want to talk a little bit about how it's not your doubts or it's not the fact that you're questioning yourself that is sort of the problem when it comes to manifesting more of what you want. I speak to a lot of women in the work that I do. If you're new here, I'm a coach and mentor in manifestation, in business. I work mainly with women, a few guys. But in the areas of, they're wanting to call in more clients into their business. They're wanting to call in more cash into their bank account, right? They're wanting to call in anything else that they want in their life, right? Because once we understand the principles of consciously manifesting, we realize that we're not limited. We realize that we can actually call in the clients, we can call in the cash, we can call in the life that we want to call in, right? It's all the same. But I speak to a lot of women in particular who are like, I fucked it up, Carly, because I doubted myself. I messed it up because I started questioning myself. And it's like, this is a really typical scenario that, people share with me when they come to work with me. They're like, you know what? I've decided this is going to be my month. I'm going to call in 10 clients. I'm going to sell out my program. I'm going to call in 10 clients. I've never done it before, but I'm feeling like I'm close. I'm feeling like this is the month that it's going to happen for me. Right. And so they start off and they're feeling really good, right? They're feeling like really good. They're feeling unstoppable. They are on top of their mental diet, right? They are persisting in the end result. They're persisting in the wish fulfilled. They're persisting in their reality that they're creating. And they feel like that this is really their time. And then all of a sudden something happens, right? Maybe it's that they don't get the results that they want quickly enough, or it's that something just derails them, right? Like life happens. We know that life happens all the time. And then they start to have these doubts creeping in. They start thinking like, oh, maybe I'm not good enough for this. Maybe I can't do it. Maybe all of the other coaches who are doing it so easily, maybe it's just meant for them and maybe it's not meant for me. And so they then go into this spiral of doubting themselves. And what happens when they're spiraling is that they're in the state of not having it. They're in the state of wanting it, which means they're in the state of not having it. Okay. And what do we know about manifestation? We know that our state is going to create our reality. So the state that we occupy the most is always what is going to become our 3D world. So what's happening here is that they're occupying this state of not having the thing, of not having the 10 clients come into their program, of not having the money that they want in their bank account. And then they stay there. They spiral and they stay there. And then maybe a few days later, they might pull themselves back out and they feel like they're starting, back at square one, and they feel so frustrated at themselves. Right. If you have been there before, or maybe you are there right now, like drop me a comment and let me know. This is so common. Okay. And if you have experienced this or you are experiencing it now, you are absolutely not alone. But the problem here is it's not that you've had doubts or it's not that you've questioned yourself. It's not that you've had a moment where you're like, oh, I'm not sure if I can do this. I'm not sure if I have got what it takes, or I'm not sure, that I'm enough for this. That's not the problem. The problem lies in how we respond to that thought. Okay, because you have got a human brain and you are going to have thoughts. You're going to have thoughts that are going to pop up that are not going to be in alignment with where you want to go. And so your role is to create awareness around these thoughts and to be really diligent with what then happens after that initial thought. Okay. And the thing is that so many people are just on autopilot, that they have these thoughts pop into their mind and they let themselves go on a little story, go on a little rampage. They let it make it mean something about who they are and what they can create. Now, you are the creator. You have the power to create whatever you want because you have created your entire life up until now. Maybe you've not done it consciously. Okay. So your role here is to create this like radical awareness around your thoughts, around what that internal dialogue is. And if it's, you know, things like, I can't do this, I'm not capable of doing this, I'm not cut out for this. Why is it easy for all the other coaches, but it's not easy for me? You know, I'm no good. If they are the thoughts that are going on repeat are like all day, every day, then that's why you've created the reality that you've created up until now. Okay. So we need to get really good at noticing what those thoughts are and like intercepting them. You've got to interrupt those thoughts and introduce a new thought. Okay. The problem is not that you're having the thought. The problem is not that you're doubting yourself. The problem is not that you're questioning yourself. The problem is allowing it to continue to spiral and allowing it to make it mean something about you. And therefore, you stay in this state of feeling frustrated at yourself, of feeling like you can't do it, of feeling like you're no good. And therefore, you're in the state of not having the result. Okay. So if you're wanting to call in these 10 clients, right? I literally shared this in one of our coaching calls the other day. If you're wanting to call in these 10 clients, you've got to get so diligent with understanding what the thoughts are that are going on in your mind. And to do this, what I always suggest to my clients is like, just go and sit down for 20 minutes, grab a journal, no noise, no music, no chitter chatter with anything or anyone, just you and your thoughts, and just let yourself write them all down. Okay. And you know, really use that scenario of, I want to call in these clients. What are the thoughts that are coming up for me? And just write them down. And I know that you are going to be probably so surprised at all of the thoughts that you're having that you didn't even realize were in your mind. All of the stories that you're telling yourself about, you know, your capabilities, about what's possible for you, about what's possible for you as opposed to what's possible for everybody else. You're going to be so surprised. So write all those thoughts down. And then what I love to do is I'll just like highlight or underline all of the common themes, the common patterns, right? All of the affirmations that you're saying to yourself that are not the positive ones, that are not in alignment with where you want to go. Okay, just literally like underline all of those, highlight them all. And then you need to reframe them. You literally need to flip those, okay? So that when you notice that story coming up next, that I'm not good enough or that I can't do this kind of story, you know what thought you're going to plant in your mind instead. Okay? So in real life, it kind of looks like this. You know, let's say you go and you're launching a new program. You go and you press launch or whatever the button is, right? You press post and you start to think, oh my God, no one's going to buy this. Who am I kidding? No one's going to buy this. Your job right there and then is to stop yourself as soon as you possibly can and then introduce those new thoughts. And those new thoughts might be like, you know, I have a community of people who love to buy from me. Of course, I'm good enough. Okay. You know, people love to buy whatever it is that I offer. People love to buy from me. People love to work with me. I'm an amazing coach or mentor or whatever it is that your business is. Okay. I'm incredible at what I do. I know that I am more than good enough. So what's happening there is you're intercepting that thought, right? You've still had the thought, the initial thought, and that's okay. But what you're doing there is you're intercepting it and you're taking it on an upward trajectory rather than allowing yourself to spiral down, down, down. Okay. So try that. Let me know how you go. Let me know what differences you notice in terms of your own inner dialogue when you go and do that. Okay. And of course, let me know what results you experience. And if you want to experience any further coaching, any further manifestation tools and resources in your business, then drop a comment below or find me on Instagram at Manifestation Mentor Carly. I've got so many more tools over there as well. And we are just right now launching the Manifestation Lounge membership. Okay, so this is a brand new membership for soulful entrepreneurs who really want to dive deeper into the tools, into the resources, and get some coaching as well. for literally like the price of your daily coffee. Okay. So we're here to change the coaching world. We're here to change how we do things in the coaching industry by offering solutions that are really powerful, really potent, and they're not going to cost you your firstborn child or your left limb. So if you want to know more about that, then reach out. Otherwise, guys, I hope this served you today. I love you, and I'll see you next time.